If you don't know what type of content to make, it can be very frustrating. And if you are a real estate agent or a mortgage lender or a real estate professional of any kind, knowing what to do to make video content can be very frustrating because if you don't have a lot of business, let's say you're just starting out, or like all of us in this market, we're having a hard time consistently getting business. What the heck do you make content on, right? Because if you look at what everyone else is doing, they're utilizing their own business as content creation. But what if you don't have your own business? I want to give you some ideas that you can tap into to start making content. The first idea to make content when you have no business is to take national news and make it specific to your local area. So, a very good example of that is currently interest rates are very high. You need to take that down and explain how that particularly affects West Palm Beach, Florida, Los Angeles, California. Make it a localized story. Why would you do that? Because now you're taking something that, imagine every consumer out there is watching this national news and they themselves are freaking out. If you can take that and localize how it affects your particular city and area, you're now speaking directly to them. You're speaking directly to your potential next buyer or seller or consumer. Okay. And on top of that, journalists love angles like that. A journalist, when they're searching for a news story, would love to see you specifically talking about your city and how a national news story is being impacted and how it affects you locally. Now, not all news stories can be taken that way. Not every national story can be transitioned into a local perspective. However, if you start thinking about that, it can draw in ideas for you. A second thing is to look at news stories and headlines and how it relates to the consumer. So if you are in real estate and you're looking at the news headlines and you are seeing a lot of stories, break it down in how it relates to the everyday consumer and make it personalized, right? So when you're taking something that feels like you're speaking to them, it makes everybody feel like you are a trusted source. You are somebody that I want to listen to because everybody has a perspective these days, right? But if they turn to you as a source of information, you're now winning someone's interest and intrigue in who you are. And that is a win no matter what. Another thing I want you to think about is collaborations. Okay. And I know this might seem like maybe some extra work to you, but maybe there is, let's say, a lender and a real estate agent who can come together to talk about the balance between those two. And then you've just now partnered with a person that might want to think about you for referring business. Have you ever thought about that? That exact story just happened to me. I made some content with a lender who then had another lender talk to him about someone in my area, knowing if they know any real estate agents. And guess who he thought of? He thought of me. Now, I know it's because of making this content with him because I was top of mind to him. Now, when I did this content with him, did I think that this would happen? This wasn't even in the back of my mind. It didn't even occur to me. I just wanted to make content. And I know that building relationships is key. Building a relationship with somebody that is not from your area is a wonderful way to get new business. So go out of your way and maybe see if you can provide value to another person where you can come together to make content. What type of content can you make? Well, maybe you guys go onto a video platform and talk back and forth about the problems you've had. Maybe it's if you don't have any current business right now, maybe you're bringing up topics that you even want to know about. What do you want to know about as, let's say, a real estate agent asking a lender? Ask the questions and then point it in a way where people are interacting and going to learn from this. Okay. And the whole point of all of this is to make content so that people are reminded about who you are. On social media, I want to be very clear. Most of the time, you're not going to have a direct ROI or return on investment on I made a video, someone contacted me, I got business. If that happens, that's freaking awesome. And there are stories like that because I've seen people share those stories. However, that's not probably how it's going to be. It's going to be an indirect ROI, right? It's going to be someone watching your video and maybe they tell a friend about you. Maybe they tell us a sibling about you. And then that person contacts you. So maybe the sibling didn't watch your video content about real estate news or this lender video you're making, but the person was watching told you somebody else because now you, once again, top of mind in somebody else, and they're going to go and refer business to you. And this is directly how everything works relationship wise, right? That is why we are doing this so that you are being reminded out into the world of what you do. And you might think, well, duh, everybody knows what I do. Of course they're going to remember me. They're not. Let me tell you, outside of probably your direct spouse and or best friend, nobody else has to remember what you do. It is not anyone else's responsibility to remember what you do and who you are to give you business. I mean, everybody is in their own little world and they're just trying to get by. And so it is your responsibility to be the one to remind them. And in a way that is non invasive and annoying, right? Because nobody wants to be sold constantly on your services. And the truth is if they don't like your video, they're going to scroll past it and they're not going to watch it. And it's as simple as that. But if you're struggling to come up with ideas, these are the things that you can start doing right away. Another idea, if you're a real estate agent, why can't you walk new construction properties and take videos? Why can't you go walk in and around your community and talk about where you live? You can make lifestyle videos. I see lenders making video updates all the time. This is valuable stuff because it is putting out into the world you are who you say you are. And this help reminds people of what you do. And when you do that, you are now directly impacting your future business. So I hope this helps you if you are new or just maybe new to even making videos and you don't know where to get started. I promise if you try these tricks, they will absolutely get you business over time, and good luck.